We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing his business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, his goodness he given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
Hey. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing his business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, his goodness he given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, we the real Jews, no faking.
All people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, Most High Christ bless, Most High Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio. Hey, in the house with us we have Bishop Yawasop, Captain Shemaiah,
Captain Amaziah,
Captain Aryeh,
Captain Uziel,
Officer Carmela,
Shamara from the house of Bishop Nathaniel.
all praises.
Hanana.
We got a star-studded lineup up here, man.
Y'all
That's
big
right.
time, boy. Y'all big time.
Big time. Got the stomping with the big
Boy, y'all
dogs.
already know it, boy.
Hey, all praise. It's a pleasure to have Bishop Yawasop and
That's right.
on the show. Give him a
That's
round of
right.
applause.
Sound effects, man. Ooh, they on point today.
It's early, Carmela. It's early.
It's gonna be a horrible show. They doing too much stuff right.
And you said it made too much sense. And you know, a lot of brothers, they got out of here late last night. Officer RL was here late last night. Soldier Nehemiah. Look at Soldier who's in another country right now. He don't know what the hell's going on.
Salty over Pickles.
He just said, hold it. Just hold it in the...
He's like, I'm just trying to hold it in the road.
Right.
Man. Just trying to hold it in the road.
Who's gonna look depressed, man?
That's it. Who's need a wife? That's what it is.
No. He turned it down, wives, man.
The scripture tell you about how they go up and down
morning.
Look at him, shake his head. Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, that's what you do. When you see a single brother, he's got to look it through their soul.
He wake up every weekend looking at his phone. You just can't keep doing this to me. Like, what you doing?
Lord, why hast thou forsaken me?
Hey, man. Hard head make a soft bond.
It's all right, dude. Hey, who's
Turning them down?
You be all right.
This ain't my type.
He said, hey, Bishop.
A good one.
Bishop, he said he wanted a hard
A good
life.
one.
He said that was too easy.
He
said he wanted
He said, I want a fine, yellow, thick, red bone.
Came up too quick.
Yeah, she came too quick.
She was too quick.
She was too
I can
right
dig
for
it.
him. She was too right for him.
He said he
I
wanted.
mean,
What you say? He want a pretty
He
demon?
want a hard life. Yeah.
He want a pretty
Say, make me work for it a little bit, right?
Brother
Yeah,
sweating
yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
Hey, I know he didn't
I'm
think
not
the
saying
show was
nothing.
going to go this direction when
No,
he
he
came in
That
this
fast,
morning.
like I didn't
Hey,
see it.
and he
spirit led us to
volunteered to
you.
be in the middle. Right. He volunteered to be in the
What the corporal
spirit
punishment when they
led
just
us
shoot
to
you?
He could have been on the side camera. He's like, nah, I want the one right directly there. in the complete middle.
What did it? Oh, firing squad. That what it is.
Yeah,
Some
with the,
firing
biggest, with the
squad.
biggest camera.
He taking direct hits. Damn.
See which one hit him in the heart.
Don't worry, soldier. We gonna find you a wife. One day.
Shoot.
Yeah, y'all gonna find a film.
Yeah.
He's got that I deserve this face. Look at him.
Damn.
I deserve this.
But
That's what I
all
get.
I want me a girl that's gonna call me nigga.
Yeah.
PA nigga.
Hey, while I drink my
Lord
coffee in the
forbid.
morning.
Testing.
Roll
That's
over.
that's how we play with each other. She be like nigga,
And I'll be like, shoot. Yeah, that's the one right there.
Heck no.
but she fine though. She let me kiss her sometimes.
Damn.
You gonna be all right, Usa. You gonna be all right.
Hey,
Usa, keep the faith, bro.
Just remember, man, beauty is vain, bro.
There you go.
Hey,
According to the Lord, beauty
you
is
go.
vain.
Princess is waiting.
Yes,
I've been telling brothers this for
Hey,
years.
Captain UCL. Hold on, I gotta set it up.
years.
I gotta set it up. Captain UCL gave a breakdown many years ago. And I said, you know
I
what?
remember that.
I'm sorry. Damn, I ain't turned the volume down. And he gave a breakdown, and the room went silent.
Yeah.
Sucked the air out the room. Cap, give that breakdown.
All right, I'm gonna give this breakdown one last time
Come on with the numbers.
for you hard.
Bring it out,
Come
bro.
on for
Bring
the
it out.
hard heads, right?
All right, here's
Come on with the numbers.
every
PSR exclusive now.
exclusive. Every man wants a 10, a dime piece.
Every
right?
man wants
Wait a minute.
Right.
I feel a setup coming.
However, we know that's not possible.
That ain't
That's not
possible.
reality.
That's not reality.
Sing it for you, Easy. I'm singing
And
it for you.
scripturally, when you get you a 10, she's
you a
not
10,
always right.
She ain't always right.
You might get you a pretty demon.
A pretty demon.
Now, through the years of
It's the
learning under
background.
Bishop, what I realize is there's other areas that add up and get you a 10.
That's right.
Without just the face.
That's right.
The sum of her parts.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the foundation of what you need in a sister,
Wow.
she's keeping the commandments. She's a righteous sister.
Right.
Start you with a hard 7.
A hard 7.
A hard 7.
Okay,
Don't
I
go
can
no
take
lower
it.
than. Wait a minute now. Don't go no.
You can take a high 6. Take a high 6.
High 6, hard 7, meaning she's a 7 no
All
matter
around?
what.
Yeah.
When she wake up out the bed, she a 7.
Right.
Right? She don't put on makeup, she a
Okay.
7.
Okay.
All right. So
Kevin Samuel says 7 was safe. So I'll take
Oh,
your
either
7.
8
Yeah.
or 6.
yeah, 7.
6 is
You can take a 7.
I ain't saying
I don't know.
Don't let them change your mind, bro. Don't let them change your
Stay
mind.
firm.
7.
I'll
You
take
need a
a
7. Now, there's other places that add up to that 10. You got cooking. You got how she take care of you. You might come. You might come.
A good
come
spirit.
home. She might.
spirit.
You
Right.
coming
The
home.
kids.
She at the door meeting you, grabbing your bag. You know, whatever it may be. Taking your shoes off, untying your boots.
Look
You
how
got a
excited he
hard-
got. He was like taking your shoes off.
Make sure your kids
Right now,
bathe.
he got that warm,
That,
fuzzy
that,
feeling
that ain't
inside.
happened in a while. That's why.
You ain't got your shoes took at the door in a while.
Yeah, but
You just kick them.
Wait a minute.
she
Keep to the side.
she train up your kids
Right.
correctly. She
Right,
teaching
right,
your
right.
kids
Yeah,
the
that right there. That's a
commandments.
big one right there.
Yeah,
That's,
so
that's like
there's,
2 points.
there's other areas, and it's up to you. There's other when you're proving her. There's other
Oh, so
areas.
you build your own criteria.
There you go.
Right.
Just like when you set up red flags, right? When you set up red
Right,
flags, you can't ignore those red flags. It's the
Right,
same thing.
right,
You
right.
set up what's gonna,
The
you know,
standard.
okay, this my 7. Okay, this is what's gonna get me to a 10. When you get to that 10 and you see that she's that potential of that 10, then
She the
move
one.
forward.
Right.
So
She the one.
wait a minute, Cap. But we were saying before, she is moldable.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Brothers don't understand that. You're supposed to take that woman and mold her.
That's right.
As
So
Bishop
she's
said.
got to be
She's
willing.
healthy.
She's got to be
Yeah.
willing to be
So
molded.
you
Right.
see
Willing to
the
be
brothers that's waiting on Beyonce. How Beyonce just did the video, said
don't
she
ever
wiped her
work.
damn stank booty
With
with
the
the scriptures.
Right.
Yeah.
So you waiting on your Beyonce, she might use your beard to wipe her booty.
Oh, the brothers like that. They were like,
Yeah, brothers like that kind of thing.
I kind of like that actually.
I ain't never had that happen to me.
I'm trying to see what that be like.
Beyonce doo-doo smell different though.
But you know what? Even when you was in school, the 10s always fall down. But it be that 6 and that 7 that always come up. You could come up from a 6 or a 7.
It's called like an ugly duckling syndrome, is what they said. But I really like your breakdown because we like to mold our daughters to be that acceptable 10.
Right.
I was having this conversation with Bishop the other day, and I said, "Thank you so much for bringing me into this truth because I would be a mess had it not been for it."
Right.
So the opportunity to raise our daughters in this truth, to make them acceptable wives and daughters and different things like that really is a blessing. So I often say that I want my daughter to be better than me. And so when I look at the examples that we have right now in the young women that are raised up in this truth, they're so far beyond what my generation was like coming up. And so we were discussing earlier about that video that Bishop had pointed out yesterday with the grandmas that were arguing. And so that's the perverse generation that we're living in right now. And so it's embarrassing. It is shameful. And so what kind of amendable 10 or 7 or 6 or 5 were those women setting the examples for? And so we've really fallen so far down. So just to set that standard as leadership, that's really important.
Hey, and those women that you just mentioned, those have been our younger sisters' examples as far as how to be a wife and how to move about in society. So basically, we're winging it. They're winging it. They're winging this thing called life with trying to be a wife. No, in other words, there's no examples really outside this truth. You don't really have no examples.
There isn't, and for me, when the scriptures say, "Let the aged women be as mothers, and the younger women as sisters with all purity," right? So even outside of the truth, those young women, they can see that there's something different about us because they're really looking for examples that are out there because the mothers have let us down. Grandma's no longer grandma anymore.
Absolutely. She in the club. Granny in the club.
She in the club.
Grandma drink Casamigos.
Grandma in the club with Granny finding
Drinking Casamigos.
Grandma's 32.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And so it's just, it's really horrible.
A few weeks ago, we touched on could have been a great grandma. Maybe she was sitting in her car with her daughter, saying how she was going to steal someone's husband.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And she was literally hunched over a very aged woman, and her mindset was still to do evil and to teach the younger women to do evil, like committing adultery, things of that nature. So you're 100% right. And that's the example that many of our sisters have and seem to draw to. Though they can see a difference in our sisters, they still feel like being modest, being submissive to your Lord, things of that nature, is still oppression.
Right. So
But think about what you've been taught in the world as far as aborting your babies, leaving
Being
your children in the car to go to the
Yeah.
club, things of that nature. All the headaches that it brings with the way you're being reared. How is that not oppressive?
Right.
Because now you in jail time. Now you're paying fines. You're subject to payments. That's oppressive. It's not liberating. It's not liberating to be in court because you left your kid in the car because you went to the club. That's not liberation. That's oppression. That's oppression.
Cap, I think those sisters liars, man. Those is cap. That's just online verbiage, online talks. Because, for example, when brothers go out to eat or brothers go out, sisters, they be throwing themselves at you. You got to tell them, hey, sis, I'm married. I'm just out with my brothers. Or, hey, this is a meeting. We're talking business. You gotta fight sisters off of you. Once they realize, oh, this is a man.
Right.
He might be about
he ain't
something.
chasing my box.
Yeah, they be throwing themselves at you. So I don't know what all that online talk. I think it's just online talk.
It's
in
bravado.
reality, they be throwing themselves at you. They be ready for a husband. They be ready to submit.
Yeah, and a lot of younger sisters don't understand. Being married young takes off stressors of, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta figure out this. You have someone to work with and grow with and get older with. A lot of people don't understand that. That's beautiful.
Oh,
to
you
do
don't pick
something
up
with
all that
somebody.
extra stuff out there that you gotta throw away, like when you constantly jumping rod to rod, box to box.
You mean like an STD?
That's a hard life.
Yeah, but you pick up like you
monkeypox,
spirits,
monkeypox,
everything that comes. It's just a whole bag of bull jive when you finally tell me, oh, I want to get, like, you know how much BS you got to remove that you don't even know how to remove or even realize that it's trash
on
and
you.
garbage that you carrying. You know, you think, oh, that's why it's so easy to get out this marriage, because you was taught jump from rod to rod. So staying somewhere and holding it down and learning when you was young, like, okay, you shouldn't know what 16 rods feel like. If you would have just had this one, you wouldn't be comparing all of the other ones that you done jumped up and down on.
Do you remember we touched on all those young sisters that were interviewed, and they were all asked. The interviewer said, you know, do you want to get married? A slew of them was like, hell nah, I don't want to be committed to nobody. I'm not gonna follow no man.
That's oppression.
It's
they like one night stand.
This generation, I don't know, bro. I thought it was bad when my generation.
Man, that'd be the TV talking.
It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse.
It's gotten
we
far
were
worse.
having the conversation that in 1 Timothy, where it talks about how let the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house. A lot of sisters think that it's an option. It's a commandment like everything else, you know, so it has to be in order. So marry before you carry.
There you go.
There you go.
Right on. When you just said that about it being an option, yesterday at camp, a young sister came up and asked about what does the Bible say about women working. Right. So we gave her the scriptures, Proverbs 31, things of that. But the key thing about Proverbs 31, it does talk about entrepreneurship. It does go into buying land and things of that nature. But it also talks about her taking care of the family. What has happened is the mindset is the choice that you just made mention of, Mother Shamara. The choice is I'm choosing my career over my family. When biblically, the woman who delved into because it says what is real quick, because I'm gonna jack it up. Proverbs 31, there's a point where it says by candle. Her candle. Proverbs 31 verse. Yeah. Her candle goeth not out at night. Yes, verse 18.
Proverbs chapter 31 verse 18. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good.
So now, obviously, entrepreneur, that's called quality control today. Where you make sure that the product you put out is to the standard that you set before you release your merchandise. Because who remembers Alexander's back in the day in New York?
Hell yeah.
It was a department store.
I worked at Alexander's. What? $3.35. $3.35.
You might have sold my mama
that Third Avenue.
Third Ave, right?
Third Avenue.
59th and 3rd Avenue.
You might have sold my mama some sweatpants. That was irregular sweatpants.
Let the New Yorkers have their moment.
Irregular
Let them have their
sweatpants
moment.
from Alexander's.
Alexander.
One leg longer than the other.
Right.
Possibly.
Well, you got a short leg though.
Alexander's was like a department store in the Bronx, New York, and
I used to go to one on Fordham.
Oh yeah, there was one on Fordham too. Yes.
And the Concourse.
And that was like our Macy's.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was like our Macy's.
Ghetto Macy's.
But Alexander's, so like Cap said, so irregular clothing. Yes. You know, you might find you're gonna find the top, but you ain't gonna find the bottom to match.
But you thought you was fly though.
Oh, so it's like Ross.
Yeah. Nah. Ross is upscale.
It's like B grade merchandise.
To Alexander's it was.
It's like Value Village.
But the point is that's the quality control. If you have a line of shoes, things of that nature, you make sure each pair matches the standard that you set out before it's out. So this is what the sister's doing.
So it ain't Alexander's.
Nah, she's not working at Alexander's. So she's making sure the merchandise that everyone is flocking for, and she's traveling to far lands to sell for her family, she's making sure it's top notch.
So her soap ain't gonna give you no rash.
Right. So go ahead, keep reading.
Her candle goeth not out by night.
But here's when you read before this in the chapter, she was making sure the family and the children were good. So it's not an option, do I take care of the family or the merchandise? It says her candle goeth not out at night, because when she put the children to bed, now
she got time.
Now she's working on her merchandise.
That's right.
So it's not a choice. You have to. You know what we have as a people? Horrible time management. Remember, Bishop did a class about 8 hours.
Break it down. 3.
Yep.
Fire. We manage time horribly. So because we spend 4 hours on TikTok, 3 hours on Instagram, and then we're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta feed the kids.
Right.
I gotta do my business. No, we manage our time horribly. So if our focus was first, Most High, our family, then the business, things of that nature, you're able to chop it up throughout the day to make sure everything gets handled efficiently.
Hey, remember we were speaking about that about our grandmothers.
Not my grandmother. She wicked as hell.
Yeah, my grandma.
But I'll say this.
You had time management.
Yeah,
say
mine
her grandmother. What I'm saying is, as far as the cooking, we'll just use that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sisters will wait until 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock to prepare their family's dinner.
Damn.
I remember my grandmother would get up, breakfast was made,
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
and dinner was made.
At
You
the
wake
same
up.
time.
You wake
Same
up.
time.
The house is smelling the food cooking.
House
That's
always
what-
smell
that's
like
what woke you up.
It ain't like that no more, man.
Now you said something about time management, because I was thinking of while you was going through that through that scripture. Time management is lost and unimportant when you don't know your self-value. If you have no reason to value your own self, your own family, your own nation, why manage? Because that takes discipline.
Dang.
For you to have to prioritize, for you to have to prioritize things that must get done, as opposed to things that you want to do, that's like immediate gratification. That's another, time management can go in not only dealing with time, but it deals with how we manage money.
Yes, sir.
How we manage our spending. All of that goes together. If there's no value in me for me to manage my time now so that I could be better off tomorrow or next year, if there's no need to do that, then why manage? That's why save money? Why not spend everything now? Give me them Jordans, those, let's spend it all now.
Gotta get a
So
Hellcat.
it's definitely connected to how we feel about ourselves.
Yes. And Bishop, you know what's so heavy about what you said, going back to time management.
Yeah.
If you look at the amount, let's look at the health of our people with time management. Going right back to you sisters. You having your families eat late in the night, then they go to bed.
Right.
Yes. You don't even allow your children's bodies to process down the food to break it down because your body is.
Yep.
It's true. It's time management.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cap, you know how that's crazy though? You know why they eat that late? Because they haven't managed the time. Now they going to bed 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Because you ain't did nothing productive to organize anything throughout the whole day. So now you end up staying up extra late because you didn't have time. You didn't do none of the other stuff that you needed to do before 10 o'clock.
But what did they do with those hours?
That's it.
Scroll TikTok.
Everybody
On the TikTok.
Exactly.
Oh, y'all stepping on toes.
Because think about it. Everybody gets the exact same amount of time every day. How is it that people manage? They know what to do with those 8 hours.
Right.
Where others be like they're squandering on TikTok and the rest of it.
Right.
We was talking about that yesterday. I'm sorry.
No, sir. Go right ahead.
So yesterday, me and one of the officers was talking about that, like prior to the truth, and it goes to what you said, like not having any value or any knowledge of self. It was like the cycle was go to work, come home, get high, play the game, go to sleep. Come home, get high, play the game, go to sleep. Come home, get high, play the game, go to sleep. And you did that, and you might go to the club.
Right.
That's Friday night.
Right, and that's the end of the week, but it's go to work, come home,
That's
get
it.
high,
That's
go
the
to sleep, go to work, come home. And you had no concept of, like you said, your value. Like, when I came in the truth, I was able to, like, with me, I was getting high. So it was like, I realized I was getting high because I didn't have anything to do. Like I said, I didn't know what to do with my extra time. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to put it to. I didn't know what to do to value or to better my family.
Right.
My wife in the house with the kids. I'm across the hall with my homeboys on the Xbox and the PlayStations rolling blunts. And I'm like, well, shit, I just got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I already went. I made my money.
That's it.
I ain't know what else to do.
You figure that's the extent
That's
of your
life.
existence.
Yeah, I had no value.
No purpose, no nothing. They said, my purpose is to do this here.
Yeah.
And I'm being a man.
Right. I pay the rent, I'm a man.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got a car, I'm a man.
Damn.
My thing get hard, I'm a man. Let's
There
do
you
it.
go.
We made babies, man. But no real value.
Somebody made mention, Cap, that their grandmother used to get up at 4 a.m.
Yes.
That's the time.
Right.
to cook
Yes,
to cook
yes.
all the food.
There's an expression that says success is in your routine. So when you're looking to evaluate your life, what is your routine? So do you have a prayer life? Do you have a fasting life? Do you have a study life? Are you applying the things that you've learned through the scriptures? Like, do you have positive role models? And I'm talking about sisters, for example. Like, are you lazy? Because a lot of this has come down to conveniences and the fact that we're lazy. We're this generation has gotten everything so quick accessibility that we don't know how to get up and manage our time effectively. And so when you're chasing a paycheck, as so many women are chasing the bag, right? You are disciplined enough to know, well, I have to get up at this time to be able to get to work, but you are not disciplined enough to know that I need to get up to take care of my children, to take care of my husband.
Right.
So it goes back to making excuses and what is important to you. So if you're Captain Shemaiah. I've had to learn the hard way. And so, as I said previously, the bishop said that, listen, I don't care what CEO that you work for. I am the CEO in this house.
That's right.
So you have to make sure that the house is taken care of first. So when I had asked him whether or not I was going to be able to go back to work, he said, as long as the house is taken care of, as long as I'm taken care of, and nothing has skipped the beat. And now every man manages their house differently, right? But the expectations, they have to be met. And so in business, there's something called failure to meet expectations, right? And so we get to this review. So we have to ask ourselves as sisters, are you failing to meet expectations? Are you meeting expectations?
Message.
Are you below average? Are you meeting the standard? Are you a high achiever, etc.? And so we all the end goal is to at least meet your Lord's expectations. At least meet them. You know,
can you make that a soundbite?
Dang! Hey, make that a reel, bro. Make that a reel.
No, there's just been some learning curves.
That is 100% on point. Yep. Because everything we do, we should have an evaluation process to it.
Right.
We have one at the job. That's what Mother Shamar is referring to. They actually grade you with those kinds of definitions. You meet expectations below all that,
exceeding
and all of that. So they have that for that, and you know that you would put that as priority number one because this is the paycheck that I use to take care of X, Y, and Z. So you put number one emphasis on that. But what about the rest of your life? What about the rest of the parts of your life?
They ain't paying me.
The other. Yeah, but
that's the thought.
The reason, you're right, they will go with that. But here's the point. If you neglect those other things, the thing that you put the most priority with will fail. Right. Because if your house goes out of order, you're not going to be able to be productive on a job. Your evaluation will go from exceeding to meet to below expectations,
missing
to
below
standards, to out the door. Boom.
Absolutely. I have a trainee right now, that she was not doing well at all, a sister, because she had a lot of things going on in her life personally.
That's the
so
point.
she was unable to focus. And so when it's our people, I had to take her to the side and say, listen, I don't know what's going on, but let me tell you something. You're not going to pass.
Exactly.
You're going to fail. You're going to lose your job. I said, I don't really have to tell you this, but so when I tell her that you're going to lose your job, it's the same thing like me telling a sister, you're going to lose your life. You're going to lose your husband. You're going to lose your salvation if you do not stay on message. So it's important to really have that communication with people.
That's the point.
I got two things to make mention of.
Uh-oh. That was important.
Yeah. So what I took from that is we're unable to self-manage our time. That's true. Because Esau gives us a standard of evaluation, we know, I guess we have a sense of how to operate at the job, in the job force. So we know what time to be there. And this is why we'll rush through traffic. We'll be doing their makeup in traffic.
While the car's moving.
Because they're now late for the standard that was set. The standard is 8. Why are you looking? You be doing your makeup in the car?
See.
So the standard is you have to be at work at 8 a.m. You know that. So you rush through traffic, you do your makeup in the car because the standard is told to you. So 2 things. So that's the first. The second thing is husbands have to make sure you give your wife the standard. A lot of times, especially in counsel, what I notice is brothers grow frustrated from their wives not doing certain things. But then I always ask, did you give the instructions? The scripture says the wife is the weaker vessel. So we tend to think they're going to operate on the level that we are. We would like them to most of the time, but ultimately God says they're the weaker vessel. That's what God says. Right. So you as the Lord have to instruct your marriage or your business the same way they take the standard in Esau's business. They know they can't be late. They know what time they have to leave. They know what time to take the lunch break. It's all set for them. This is the how many call center? How many calls you have to take per day?
10 per hour.
Per hour, right. Per
75
hour.
a day.
You know, you have to
5 minutes
smile
per
at the
phone call.
customer and all of that stuff. So we as lords have to set that standard in our house and not expect them to just know it.
Right.
And then we grow frustrated when they don't do something that you think. Freaking, what do you call that? Telekinesis. They're supposed to know.
You supposed to have a mind after my mind, sister. You never told me.
No, go ahead, get it in there.
To your point, when people are proven, that's what they're supposed to be talking about.
There you go.
Because she was raised by not your parents, and you was raised by not her parents.
Right.
And no one can telepathically know.
That's the word I wanted.
That's the word.
Telepathy.
I said telekinesis.
She moving stuff. She moved the furniture with her brain.
So, but it's, I guess in this society, it's taboo to talk about, okay, this is what I want, XYZ standards.
Right.
That's why I was talking to
No, women can have standards. Men can't have standards.
Yeah.
No,
See what he said?
Oh, that was powerful what he's just
men
saying.
can't.
Okay.
We gotta accept y'all. You get up. This what time I always cook. I cook at 5. I'm hungry at 5. I'm not waiting till 5.
But you mentioned something. You was talking about how when people drive to work, they're putting the makeup on while they're driving to work because they're thinking about making sure that they do well on the job. But a lot of things could be because you putting makeup on while you're driving, you can get into an accident and there goes the job and everything else. So
why do you do that? Why do you do that?
The point is that if let's let the man of the house, he learns about this. He's thinking ahead. Men think ahead. They say, you know what? If my wife or daughter, or whatever, is driving, putting makeup on while she's driving to work, eventually she's going to get into an accident,
gonna crash,
and everybody going to be in trouble. So why don't I help her manage her time better at home? So when she gets in the car, she can concentrate on driving and focus. So listen. Manage your time here. Get up a little earlier. Manage your time. You go to bed early or whatever. Set all of your things up in a clock. On a clock. By this time, do this. What am I saying? Set your things up.
Cap blacking out right now. Cap blacking out.
It's pressure over there. It's pressure over there, bro. It's pressure.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about organization, and I mean we're all trying to be more organized as we
truly.
But think about, like I said, there's 24 hours in everybody's day. Right. When you went from a time period of having no kind of organization at all, then you learn to do a little bit of organization. Look how much easier your life had gotten.
Right.
Because you begin to discipline, you begin to conform to the schedule that you set. Right. And once you get into that rhythm, you be like, man, how in the hell did I even survive?
Yes.
Right.
So you could do that at home before you get in the car.
Right.
You want, because once you get into that routine, it works.
Yes, it does.
But you got to.
It's
always hard to get the engine started.
Yeah, you gotta
You
build it.
understand?
That's
But
a
once you
cold
get
engine
it-
in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And that be the hard
But then
part.
you be on cruise control after that.
Then you be like, how in the world did I survive without this?
But
Then
I
you
want to
gotta
hear.
risk your
I
life.
want to hear
You ain't
about
gotta-
this taboo though. What's? I want to hear about the taboo.
You done threw me off.
Slow.
I thought you
So
had a
tell us
point.
about driving and doing the makeup.
Yeah, we want to hear.
Yeah, we want to hear how
You drive with your
We
knees.
want to hear how you
Do
risk
your
your
mouth be
life.
open
Drive
like
with
this?
your
Iona, we want to hear how you risk your life doing makeup while driving a car.
I wouldn't be surprised if police officers that wait on the side of the road for distracted drivers, they said, let me go at about an hour or two before
rush hour.
before rush hour, before a shift. So
I've
go
seen it
in,
on
let me
the
just sit
subway.
here. Yeah.
On the subway
yeah,
too.
Oh, yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
New York
It's
City
perfected
subway.
right now.
They do it. If you have to do it in public, then you shouldn't be wearing it at all because it is it's lack of sanitary.
Right.
It's just
So wait.
nasty.
So wait. You said doing it in the car is the schedule now?
No, I said I've perfected
Now they've been
it.
doing that.
That's what she said. She perfected it, so that's a part of the
perfected
schedule
it?
now. She's like, this is when I put it on.
I've been driving for 40 years. Like,
Right, that's her standard.
40 years.
I'm gonna put my makeup on till I get in the car.
No.
That's not right. That's
So
not
why
an
not?
excuse,
Why
Sister
not wake
Iona.
up earlier?
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not
I've-
saying it's
I've
right.
never
So wait a minute. Wait,
It's
wait,
just
wait,
But
what-
I'm not. No,
Wait,
okay.
wait, wait,
So
wait,
makeup for
slow
me.
down, hold
Wait a
on,
minute.
hold
Makeup.
on.
They, in the car, they give the driver a vanity mirror. In the car, they give the driver a vanity mirror.
It's literally
Vanity mirror. So the mirror's supposed to be the cars in the back. You got
The driver
So
got a
now you gotta
vanity
drop
mirror.
the thing down. But I got a story to digress from Iona.
Makeup for me.
Blackout, sis. Blackout.
She in Thickalicious.
She ain't blacking out.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. She
She in
in thick
Thickalicious.
She got this
That's why.
talking spirit in that seat.
She
There's a
in
talking spirit in that seat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Blackout, sis.
No
I can't.
foundation and all that. It's
So what you
lipstick.
doing?
Lipstick
Lipstick?
and eyeliner. That's it.
Sis, that's still
Word.
enough to get you an accident.
Word, sis.
That sound like 2 minutes,
really?
sis.
Word, word.
But before we leave from standard, I got a story. I told this to Iona last night about meeting your Lord's standard. So I've been looking for perfume, which Iona know this story. So a sister gave me some perfume like 2 Sabbaths ago. So I tried it on, try to smell good. My Lord was like, come here, I smelled that before. I was like, okay, I might be in the door a little bit. He like, no, you smell like a fat Edomite that vape.
That vapes.
That vapes. I'm like,
You
You smell like bacon?
You smell like cotton candy CBD oil.
So you just put me back on the
I'm
job.
not gonna tell you the name of the perfume.
You
But-
smell like Kush CBD oil.
Hey, but look, that goes back to
Jabez
Proverbs
Malju,
31.
It does.
Yeah.
You gotta get up,
You
go to the
do.
marketplace,
I got
and
you.
try stuff
Try it
on
out.
your skin.
Yes.
That
Don't-
works with your
Hey,
skin.
That works
That
with
works
your
with your
skin.
skin, right,
Listen,
right.
That
to
takes me
his
somewhere.
preference.
That takes me
it is.
somewhere.
It goes to his preference.
I'm gonna tell you something.
He don't want to be reminded of being at work.
I know there's a lot of brothers and sisters that make products in Israel.
Come on.
But
Get a
sisters, just because somebody gave you a product does not mean you have to use it.
Yeah.
Come on.
I tried it.
I remember one time,
Story time.
my wife forehead looked like a pair of leather pants. And I said, "What the hell?"
Wait, was it shiny or was it crackly?
She
Both.
must have put some cream.
Both at the same time?
At the same
Ah, it
time,
was
looked
shiny.
like snakeskin boots. And I said, "What in the hell is going
You
on?"
varnished your forehead.
So you know when it's gone a few days and you just you forget that it's like that. So it's like, oh yeah, this thing. Well, I called the sister and she mentioned the product that's in there that I'm allergic to.
Damn.
She was telling me about that. Yeah.
So it like,
The hair wrap slid all the way down her forehead to her eyebrows.
oh man, that thing was on the gangster. You can see her eyebrows.
So her forehead swelled up?
So I had to, but I had to remind her, like, listen, great gesture, we appreciate it, thank you, and mainly those products that don't have a listing of what's in it.
Yeah.
I said, you ain't no damn guinea pig.
They like,
What's in it? Guinea pig.
I offended a sister, not on purpose, because she was trying to give me some hair oil. And I said, sis, I can't take that
Right.
because my scalp is sensitive. I
Yeah.
straight up told her, I said, I don't put other people's stuff.
There
My
you go.
scalp is
Right,
real
right.
sensitive. And I break out for a little of everything. So
because you light skin too.
Oh Lord.
There is only a trusted few, and when people give me stuff. At one point, I had large baskets of stuff, and Bishop was like, "Stop taking stuff from people."
Threw away a bag of stuff for you yesterday.
Thank you.
I threw it in the trash.
But people are always giving me stuff, but I can't take it. So thank you.
Right? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, sir, go right ahead.
But even with all of that, because you mentioned some mishaps with certain things, but even with all of that, we still encourage our people to
do business.
Right.
But you got to do what Cap just showed in Proverbs. You got to make sure your merchandise right.
No, I'm getting there. What makes your merchandise right is to accept constructive criticism rather than get discouraged and stop trying.
Oh, they hating on me? That's
or like somebody or get offended.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I can't use that. Right. I can't. This is going to do this. Instead of her getting mad and upset, accept that and say, well, let me make a better product.
So Bishop, what she do? So you ask them. So what's in it that what's some of the stuff that breaks your scalp out? You like, oh yeah, this right here breaks my scalp, or it makes my skin dry.
Because what that trial and error would do, because one of y'all said it, because some people might not even put the ingredients on there. Right. But if you're getting certain feedback, you might say, you know what, I think I need to put the ingredients on there so that the right people can, the right customers.
Like that. She said it ain't no ingredients.
There's ingredients.
It's got the ingredients on it.
It's in the front.
Oh, ginger, lime, and honey. That's all that's in there.
Since Iona was ready.
What ingredients?
She's about to get offended.
She set it up. I see what she just did. She set it up.
She was like, Bishop, she said, turn the bottle.
Turn the bottle around.
But speaking of that, right? So what they're drinking is a special made one.
Here comes the ad.
Special made
product
for Bishop
placement.
Nathaniel. And so
did she just
Shameless
name drop?
plug.
Oh yeah, she did it all.
I'm sorry.
She got product placement and she name dropped.
Good.
Sponsored by. Sponsored by.
Yeah.
So this one right here is. It was a need.
Put it in the camera.
You good. You good.
Okay.
You good.
She's like,
shameless plug, Bishop. Shameless plug.
Was I not supposed to say that? Anyway.
Go ahead, so,
Can't whoop me.
Can't outjuice me.
But okay, so
I want to get some of that
This is for a special client.
This is for a special client, and because now this is made with monk fruit, right?
Turn it around so they can see it.
You can't tell her everything.
What?
She did that on purpose.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tell them.
What else to do with it? This one is made with monk fruit.
I don't even know what that is.
So it's like a different color, you see.
Yeah.
So this one is
She
like
just stole the show,
diabetic,
brothers.
diabetic friendly, and if you on keto,
So it's not no sugar,
no
right?
sugar.
Was that the reference for a commercial break?
No,
Like, you should have waited.
But I'm just saying, no. But the point is, okay. So when Coco Shea was first making her products, and I was in New York at the time, and she know how my scalp is. She said, okay, well, I'm trying to perfect it. So she would give me like little samples and say, try this on your hair and see how this happened. I'm like, oh, that one broke me out. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing board. So there you go with trying to get your products together.
Exactly. That's how
So
it
she
works.
finally
Shout out
made,
to Coco Shea.
yeah, so she finally
Deacon
made
Isaac's wife.
a product that my head would take.
Right.
And my hair wouldn't break out or my skin would, but that's because we had a discussion like you were saying.
But even in that, you can even put a section of time management in even dealing with what you just talked about there. Because if you have a product and you're trying to get it out there, it's going to take time.
Yes, it is.
To learn the responses from the various brothers and sisters.
Product development.
Esau called that research and development.
And if you deem that as important, you will cut out. You will manage time away from Facebook and TikTok. And you say, you know what, I need to cut that down.
It's more important.
And put more time in this. Because everybody gets the same 20 hours. So I need to prioritize more time to this because this right here means more to me than this. So we got to prioritize what we do. Same thing goes with the thing with the job. You can't, even though the jobs absolutely are important, but like what you were saying, Mother Shamara, about a sister that's got so many things going on at home, if she doesn't see that as a priority, it will affect what you think is a priority, and it'll all go down the tubes.
Right.
So you have to properly prioritize things.
That's right.
Home
Yes,
is
sir.
where it starts.
That's right.
Dang.
We was telling the soldier that
If
yesterday.
your home is out of order, you ain't even getting hired.
We were telling the soldier that yesterday about his performance, and it was like, what you're doing outside of here is it's manifesting here. The other stuff that
Matter of fact, we just had to throw a brother out for that.
now.
Yeah, he had time to go chill with niggas in the world. His whole niggas in the world end up committing fornication.
Some jobs
Bye, nigga, bye.
Some jobs understand that so much that they actually have sections within the job that deals with home problems, like you know, their
Employee
employee
assistance
assistance and stuff like that. They have that.
EAP.
Yeah, EAP. That's the actual term for it. Right. That they have that because they're saying you are a vital asset here to the company, but you got X, Y, and Z going on at home, and it's going to affect your performance here. So we rather help you fix that. That's basically time management in the sense that applies to you at home rather than at the job,
outside the job,
so that you can be productive on the job.
That's pretty much what we end up having to tell the brother yesterday. Like the problem that you have in here is because of what you're doing
outside,
there, and it's showing, and the fact that we know because having talked to him, reports and knowing what brothers you're not doing this at home,
right?
And now you're coming here, and we're seeing that it's
affecting the whole thing,
right? It's manifesting or it's projecting over here exactly what you're doing over there.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? That's heavy. But going back. Officer Carmela, I'm gonna use you as an example for what you said. Carmela actually hit me to some wisdom pertaining to the perfume and things of that nature. You want to touch on that spot because not every scent is for everybody's chemical makeup. You know what I mean? So for the brothers too and the sisters,
brothers and the sisters that stink. Or don't know, or don't know.
You gotta see your pH is off.
Or you don't know what your particular sin is. There's a place, it's up in Alpharetta. It's called the Indie House. You can go there. They teach you all about perfumes, the different types of perfumes, the different smells, the different notes, everything, the base layers, the top notes, everything. Great date night. If you want to go somewhere and do something, but you can go there and you can build your own scent.
What's it called?
Indie House.
INDIE.
Yeah, there's no vape smelling Edomites.
No vape smelling Edomites. And it is quality perfume. It's not like it's not Uda toilet.
It's not an oil that a sister's mixing in her bathtub.
Yeah, it's not pea juice.
It's not the oil she get from Alibaba, and
it's not the one she picked up from the Africans already pre-made and then just put another label on it.
This is actual.
Yeah, and you go there and they teach you
perfumery.
They teach you perfume, and you could go there and you build your scent, and you build it to what, like, for me and my wife went, and the scent that I made was a scent that she liked. She like, I like that, so guess what? I said, okay. I'll wear it for me because it smells good. But if it smells good to you, then guess what? It's
worth it.
It's worth it, right?
See, if I never said it on PSR, I would have never learned that. So that's why I had to tell y'all. I need some help,
But yeah, you go and check it out.
That's it right there.
And then they have all of
That's good. That's nice. I like that.
Nice.
That's like a little date.
Yeah, it's gonna for two people. It's gonna cost you about $200.
It'll run you.
But
it's
you go there. But once you make your scent, you can go there and then they'll recreate because you write down everything, your measurements, everything that you put, and then they'll.
Oh, that's nice.
And then whenever you run out, you just go
back
and give it to them, and they'll remake it exactly how you made it.
But that's the price of quality.
Yeah, you got to pay for some good stuff.
Yeah, that's nice. I like
so
that.
brothers, I got it.
Damn, you
just gave you the game.
I just helped like 20 people out. They don't even know
Indie
it.
House.
She's been looking for a scent for her Lord
for a long time, and I've been failing utterly. But I ain't gonna tell y'all those stories, so I just had to tell that
as
one.
well. That place they carried like a lot of the other the perfumes and colognes that people that I guess
clones. They're clones. They're identical in the ingredients.
Right.
Okay.
But it's go in there and find what you want.
Yeah.
Some of them are what's the name? Because my wife found something that she liking, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to keep paying for this.
Carmella, man. We got Capo.
All praises.
Cap, what we doing
today?
That was a hell of a way to start a show.
Information.
Some good
Shout out to
information came
Uza. Shout out to Uza.
All he could do is shake his head and smile.
Shout out to Uza, man. Uza, go to the indie house. You know.
At least you smell good for yourself.
Take a mental note.
Brother gonna
Indie house.
walk through Paso, would just be aroma behind him.
Every time y'all talk about it, he ducked to the other side.
Yeah,
of
you
the
do. You
camera.
see that?
I mean, that's better than coming into school smelling like your shirt been in the trunk.
Or a bad Edomite.
Yeah. Look, they said, bro, like, I smelled a lot of hot car
You about
shirts.
to segue into another section, bro. You better calm down.
Right, but before we go there, all of what we were saying prior to this moment here when we started the show, we talked about a lot of things. You was given the thing about courtship or something, and about women being moldable. Those kinds of things. We're all being molded underneath the Most High's program. And I was thinking about, I remember there was a class that we had done, Bishop had done in New York a long time ago. And he asked a question and he said, what one chapter in the Bible that you can go to that explains how to put the entire nation in order?
I think I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And that was Titus 2. Because it gives the whole
list.
The whole list of everything. And what you see in that is time management. Time management is in that chapter. When you're talking about, for instance, that they all read it.
Verse 2.
Yep. Yes, sir. Titus chapter 2, verse 2.
Read verse 1.
Verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
Sound doctrine meaning doctrine that the Most High wants us all to be, wants us as the Israelites to follow. And this sound doctrine not only includes us learning the scriptures and, so that we can know how to understand the Bible, but there's layers in this understanding. As we read on down, keep reading.
Verse 2, that the aged men be sober.
To be sober means you have to have priority. You got to think about how you're going to organize your life. You got to think about how you're going to set your house up, how you're going to set your relationships up, friends, all of that. Go ahead, read on.
Grave.
Serious, go ahead.
Temperate.
Meaning not flying off the handle. You got to put discipline to all of your actions. There's a time and a season for all things. So there's a time to be upset. There's a time to bring the hammers down. There's a time to be conciliatory, I guess. There's a time for everything, but that involves time management. And as you read down, it's not only talking about the men. It talks about the women, the young children, everybody. All this involves managing our time. And what umbrella all of this fits up under? Our Bible.
Right.
Our Constitution. Our records.
Absolutely.
Some heavy stuff here.
Yeah.
All praise.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead. I'm gonna lean back.
Captain Mazai, we got.
Wow.
That was powerful.
Yeah, it was.
We'll be back after this good commercial break.
Let's do a commercial.
No, we're
Damn, that was some heavy stuff, man.
We're back on Patient Saints Radio. Hey man, look, there was a wealth of information that has come out in this 53 minutes of.
That's how long we've been on.
Yeah, we've been on
Butter.
about an hour.
All types of butter.
Time flies when the butter coming out.
Look, bitch done elevated us. We having a full stand.
The butter is coming out this morning.
Absolutely.
Y'all right?
Biscuits are being buttered.
My biscuits
Y'all
are hot
right?
over here. Like, woo.
All praise to the Most
Time
High.
management.
I need some Band-Aids, Bishop.
All praise.
God, Band-Aids.
Send him out of here. Don't
said you
ever
need
let him
God.
out.
Blood
Blood
clots.
God.
I need some to stop you bleeding.
Hey, some of this.
Damn. I see some comments that says where you can get products. Coco Fresh. I think that's cocofresh.com. I think it is. Mama.
I'm checking in with Yoella right now on the website.
She zoom in.
And then
tell her to zoom in.
Mama, see if she can zoom in.
And then you just seen Bridget Beverages commercial.
Right.
And the best soap that I've ever had was by La Croix.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you don't have no, this might be Travis, but if you don't have no accent, like you ain't from Haiti,
That's Travis.
whatever,
You had to walk around barefoot at one time in your life.
I don't buy your soap.
Damn. So you ain't
Y'all
buying
come
no
to the
No,
right
I ain't buying no
place.
I take that back.
Coco Fresh.
Bring it out,
Right.
sis. Says bring it out, sis.
CocoFresh.com.
Why you don't buy no Judite soap? Bring it out.
Judah with Irish Spring.
Irish Spring.
Judah use Irish
That's
Spring.
horrible for you, bro.
Why selling though?
Oh damn.
Judah
Educated.
business.
Judah giving her Judah by that Irish
All
Spring.
day long.
The website is cocofresh.com.
Coco Fresh.
Yoella, medicine woman. So she sells a array of products.
Text her and say they want her to zoom in. Could y'all send us a Zoom link, please?
It's in the description.
Okay.
The Zoom link, brothers and sisters, is in the description. If you want to zoom in and talk to Patient Saints Radio, zoom in.
Yeah, tell us about your product that ain't gave nobody a rash.
Yeah. If your product ain't giving nobody a rash, zoom in. And don't lie either.
Right.
You know how y'all be doing.
I fixed the rash part.
All praise to the Most High. So what we got, Capo?
Hey, let's go through the list real quick because there's a lot of. Keep going. Let's see. Go through it real quick. Oh Lord. Okay.
That was horrible. No, I can't.
You don't want to touch on that?
Yeah, we gonna play this. Right
That's vile.
Oh damn.
That's disgusting.
That's vile.
Let's play this real quick.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Somebody said Irish Springs keep the mosquitoes away. Just letting Judah know.
Because it smells like a pine tree.
Let me tell you, Irish Spring keep everything away. I had some wasps that was growing up in my window. I just put a bar of Irish Spring soap out there. Them things are gone.
The wasps?
Wasps, yes.
Oh yeah.
If you
It's
cut
a
up,
smell.
if you cut up the bars, if you have certain infestation of insect, cut up the bars and drop
throw
it in
them
that area, you'll be good.
And that's Irish Spring.
Yep.
Irish Spring.
I might have to go to Irish Spring.
That's because it's poison.
Hey man, that thing is killing all of your stem cells.
I didn't know that.
It's killing your stem cells.
Well, Irish Spring is highly perfumed, and a lot of insects don't like perfumes.
It's the menthol in it.
Or something. I don't know.
Is Newport's in Irish Spring?
No. Since I've been gardening, that's a big thing that gardeners do. They take it.
Oh, yeah,
and
shout
they
out to
get
the gardeners.
Shout out to the gardeners.
Shout out to the
They,
gardeners.
that's
Growing
why
kumquats.
You're so funny. You get your cheese grater and you grate it, and then you drop it in your garden. So, like, if you got hornworms and things eating up your garden, put the Irish Spring in your garden.
Word.
For real, it'll keep those things instead of spraying all that pesticides over.
This is why you gotta tune into Patient Saints.
I just never know.
You don't know what you're gonna learn.
We cover
It keep
all.
ants out your garden.
I'm
all
taking that with me.
Seriously.
The thing that affect
That's
our
crazy.
community directly and indirectly.
I just bought like 3,000 ladybugs for my garden.
You
I
bought
know.
what?
Can I have
I didn't
You
know
bought
that.
what?
I hate wasps.
3,000 ladybugs.
I mean, I know they have a purpose, but
Hey,
don't
I
like
killed the whole nest of them with some soapy water.
Yeah.
Just some
Well, that's how you do Irish Spring.
dish soap and water and just threw it on them. They just was falling off.
Yep.
I wasn't trying to kill them. They
I was
left.
trying to kill them. They was at my door. At my.
Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah.
Can I have some of your ladybugs, please?
They gone now.
Oh, dang.
They gone.
What happened? They all just flew away.
I had to get rid of him.
Dang.
Don't tell the story.
Okay, all right.
What the hell? He bought him to kill him?
I know the story.
What happened to the ladybug?
Nah, I bought him for a
Hey,
purpose
is the Irish
in
Spring
the
I was
garden.
gonna know what
is it
happened
stronger
now.
than the mothballs?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more effective. Yes.
It's more
Okay.
effective.
I did not know that.
Oh, speaking of mothballs, like during tabernacles, if you get, I do this every tabernacles. I get like 3 bags of mothballs and I crush them up real good. And before I put my tent down, I throw the mothballs down and then I lay my tent down. And so then I won't
That
have
keep
no
the snakes away.
spiders,
Spiders.
the snakes, no bugs come in my tent.
So we can do that with Irish Spring?
I think I'm gonna do that this year. I haven't done it, but I know about the mothballs.
Maybe make an Irish Spring mothball mix, sell that, and tell people to
Hey,
keep
you're
it.
giving up too much
That
game.
sounds crazy.
I'm not selling that.
Somebody right now
That
is
might
about
blow
to
up,
like,
boy.
dang,
Like that's the one. They're like,
Ain't gonna be no Irish Spring on the
this
show.
the tabernacle be gone
But
concoction.
seriously, you do the mothballs and throw them out, but crush them. Now,
Yeah.
don't throw them out because you want to be stepping on mothballs on your
Right,
tent. So
sliding.
beforehand, put them in a bag, hit them with the hammer, throw them out. Then you
Right.
put your tarp down, and then your tent. You won't have to worry about spiders coming in your tent. You won't have to worry about
Ants
snakes.
neither.
Ants,
The
none of
ants
that. I
always
will
run the
never have
power
none of those
cord.
They
problems
do
during tabernacle.
Into
into
the-
that little hole on the side.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey,
Ants
see,
run the
you come
power
on Patient
cord. Them
Saints,
daggone
man.
things
That's a
is
good
something
mix.
else.
gotta
You
tune
gotta
the patient
tune in
saints.
the Patient Saints.
Gotta
Right.
tune
Love
in.
the knowledge. All right, so the question: how do you get rid of snakes? Is turpentine still king?
I don't know. I can't even find turpentine.
Yeah, they're using them to make bombs now.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Esau did something with some turpentine on TV, and I just seen them. They blurring out the name and everything. I don't know what he did.
They use them for dirty bombs.
Are you serious?
Damn.
He was telling people to eat it or use something to clear some kind of disease, and they was like, nope.
Oh, so the snap. Damn.
Wow.
Hey, so what we got, y'all? What we doing?
This lady cray.
She looked dirty.
No, okay, so she has I know
A
nobody,
podcast?
no one sees her, but her and her daughters have a YouTube channel that I let Mimi watch. Her husband is Benjamin Descent, right? So it's real wholesome. They go around with their dogs and do like little plays. So when I first seen her do something serious, I was like, oh, she's smart because
Oh shoot.
she's always in play with her daughters. But then it makes sense to me now, the play that she does with her daughters when I hear her mindset. The first thing I seen her being serious is talking about sisters today not being married, trying to be thoughts until they're 40 and 50 years old. And she was like, when you're young is when you need to marry so you can grow old and raise a family. I was like, oh, okay, she's smart. But then that because her husband is not textbook beautiful, but he's wealthy. So I was like, oh, she married him because it's for his money. But when she was speaking, she has
Some sense. She got some sense.
What's up with the blonde hair though?
She just did that recently. But that's Esau on the brain.
Yeah.
That's Esau on the brain.
So-
I mean, she's still out there in the world, Bishop. But she got a little sense.
All right, let's play.
Her mama taught her right.
I ain't gonna.
She like that sick
I
girl who
don't
just got
think I
AIDS.
know the sister. You know.
All right, let's play it.
Well, let's see what's up.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie, and I've got a doozy for you today. This is about a man whose dying wife requested to sleep with her ex-boyfriend one more time before she passed.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I
I
saw
can't
this.
have this tied to my name, but I really need to say something about it and have no one I can tell. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live at most 9 months. I am of course destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. So it sounds like he's a very good man. He's trying to take care of his wife. And
There you go.
she has 9 months to live. That means it's pretty serious, and she's asking for D. She wants
From
the
another
D
man.
from her ex.
She never loved that man.
There you go.
Yep.
That's crazy.
There you go.
can
And
you
for,
be
that
for the
meant for a
streets on
whole
your
pause.
deathbed?
Pause
That
it,
meant
pause
for a
it,
whole.
pause it.
That meant for a
On
whole
your
decade.
deathbed.
Right.
Nobody want that sick stuff.
For a whole decade.
Yep.
This dude was just there.
She never
Yeah, he was
forgot
just
about
there.
the other dude.
Yeah.
Every time she look at him, she like, oh, You ain't
what
the
I
nigga.
coulda had.
Yeah, what I could have.
I bet you he hit
You
it
ain't
one
hitting
time
the
in them
walls.
in them 10 decades. I mean, them 10 years. He got it a
Somebody
couple of
did.
times.
Yeah, I think so too.
He got it a couple of times.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Y'all missed the last.
Y'all
Y'all
can't-
missed the last
You
little bit
dying.
what she said. She said, "Can you be on your deathbed and for the streets?"
Yeah.
She for the hospital.
She for the hospital. Damn.
She for the
Gotta be
hospice.
for the
But
grave.
you know what's so crazy about about this to me even is that number one, she obviously never loved this man. That
Right.
But then on your deathbed, when you should be thinking about
Recovery.
repenting,
Your children,
recovering,
right.
Seeing your maker, like loving on your family and stuff like that. She is looking to commit adultery as
Right.
her last act.
Right.
That meant
Right.
she committed adultery in her mind
1,000 times.
all
Yeah.
10 years.
The whole 10 years.
The entire time. It's sick.
Mama.
This is a sick story.
And that's why she has a terminal disease.
Yes.
Yes.
Most High is the king.
she need to
Most
go.
High is the
And
king
The
of
Lord
terror.
says, "Yeah, you gotta go."
And her day of reckoning, because her husband never knew it.
Right.
Wow.
Her
He's
day of
devastated.
reckoning, right? Her day of reckoning is like, you know what? I got 9 months left. F it.
Hey,
Can you
I'm gonna
imagine?
tell you what I really want.
Can we get a script real quick?
Yes.
Let's go to Isaiah 22. Look at Isaiah
Six.
22.
Six.
Wow. So this is like Mother Shamar just said. She's on her deathbed.
Yeah.
She's not thinking about me and her maker, making things right with the Lord. She's like, oh, hell no. I remember that D I had 10 years ago.
Damn.
I want it.
I want that before I die. That's my last dying wish.
Like,
I gotta hold my ankles for Tyrone.
That's-
You was
He
never
gotta-
as good as Tyrone.
I gotta lift my colostomy back. While he beat the Doonies down.
don't unplug my respirator now.
Yeah, you gotta beat these Doonies down one more time. Let's see what the Lord got to say.
Oh Lord.
Read that.
What verse you want, Kat?
14.
Isaiah chapter 22, verse 14. And it was revealed in mine ears by the Lord of hosts. Surely this iniquity shall not be purged from you till ye die.
Damn.
The Lord said, hey man, you gotta, nigga, go die somewhere. Nigga said, you too much, man. The mind of the Negro is too much.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like we've been saying, you are on your deathbed. Most High is judging your behind. And you're telling me your last dying wish
It's to dot it out. I'm going out in a blaze of glory, Cat.
I need the
Blaze of glory.
Brother, the man has no. We mentioned the word simp. The brother has no self-respect at all.
Right.
His self-esteem, his value is below the ground.
So they say after she told him that, he should have pulled the plug
He
and walked out the
should've
house.
just
I would've
You know
kicked me.
what?
Hey,
Walked out and
that's a
never
good
came
point.
back.
That's a good
That's
point,
it.
though, Bishop. So what must she, if she's bold enough to say that on her deathbed with 9 months left, what has she been saying to him the whole 10
That's
years?
the point.
Right.
And the worst part about it is that people pick things up in the spirit. He knew that.
Yes.
You can't be with somebody for 10 years and don't know.
You don't find that suspicious.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he's gonna write this
Right.
to the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I need help. What am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do?
Pull the plug.
Cap, but
Nigga,
that
pull
part
the
right
plug.
there, that part right there.
Send the papers.
Yeah,
What he mentioned,
yeah.
Bro, you gotta make sure she died alone, bro.
where he said, "I don't remember life without her."
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And
I can't breathe without her.
10 years and you
Stop
can't
right
remember
there. See,
nothing
I missed
before the
that.
last 10
What
years
he
of your
just
life.
said, what he just said answered my point. And I
Right.
missed that in the writing. What he said, my life has been empty. She knew that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She knew that.
Yes.
She had a sucker from the day
Yeah.
one.
And then you're going to say that. You might be, we ain't going to advertise somebody pull the plug, but
Right.
just, I hope the hospital.
Spiritually pull the plug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, spiritually, right,
He said,
right,
let the lights go out.
At least,
Bye, nigga, bye.
at least poke a hole in her colostomy bag.
I'm pulling the, I'm kicking it and say I ain't knew. I ain't knew what I just kicked. My bad.
Just don't show
Pick out
up.
all kinds of wires.
Yeah.
Come back.
But to this point, I imagine that the sister you was mentioning that she does this sister, she does this. I imagine the point to this here has another part to it where brothers will look at this and reevaluate themselves.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some therapy laced in this, or attempted therapy. I should
Is
say.
she the one?
Right. Exactly.
To
Ask
going
that
right back
question.
to Captain's point from the
Exactly.
very beginning.
Exactly.
There's another point in that equation. I'm not gonna say online though, but that's what
What's
he's
point?
going
What's
through.
the point? This PSR. What's
Bro,
the
you
point?
might as well
brother?
go ahead and say it, bro.
Okay. The point is when you're proving a sister.
Yes, sir.
There's a percentage. I say 10%. You want to love the sister, but you want her to love you 10% more.
100%. Right.
10% more. That 10% more. That's that 10%. She's gonna wake up early in the morning, cook your breakfast.
She's gonna reverence you.
There we go.
You can't like them more than they. You can't like them more than they like you.
You can't.
You can't.
That's the issue.
I had elders that told me that years ago.
Cannot like a
They said,
woman
make sure
more
she
than
loves you.
So it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. But I tell sisters all the time. Bishop told me straight from day one. Listen, I love you, but I love the Lord more.
Right.
So I mean, you got to know that from the beginning. And so a godly man is going to love the Lord first, and you're not going to be his priority. And understanding the commandments is going to make sure that all of your needs are set. Now, for women who don't understand the truth and what marriage is really about when you're keeping these commandments, that's going to hurt a little bit. That they're going to sting because they're used to this whole feministic point of view where
They're the
woman,
focal point.
where they're the focal point, going right back to what Bishop's class yesterday. And so they're going to have a problem with that. If you are keeping the commandments and you understand your role, like the chart that Bishop had brought out yesterday in terms of the incorrect perspective versus the correct perspective of the Most High, Christ, man, woman, child, then you won't have a problem. In this instance, he was simping it out for 10 years.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is that why women like toxic relationships? Because they not the priority, or the other stuff that don't make them seem like they're not the focal point?
I don't understand that. That type of mentality. And Bishop always said, never try to understand the wicked, because you're going to go crazy trying to understand their perspective. You have to be the light for the people who are in darkness. So you try to live your life that way, so that way people can be drawn to your light and repent and turn from their evil ways.
That's a good way to get out of that too. I'm trying to think of that mess.
The other thing about this too is sisters like that, she's not just gonna say it without having confirmation from the ex. So she got confirmation from
He's
the
already
ex.
In them 10 years,
He's already
in the rafters.
Guess what? The husband knows
His jersey's in the rafters.
Dang, he got a banner like all the years he hit the championship.
He ran to swoop down.
Oh, this is terrible.
But you
That
remember
nigga jersey in the rafters.
You remember we did the one show with I think it was like Corinne Steffens, and she was saying that her husband know that she go with Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Like this might be one of them situations where that simp husband know that she go and deal with this
He
man.
helped pack her bags.
Pookie's in the house already.
You had a good weekend at the ski slopes.
So he posted up in her brain.
He posted up.
In the brain and the
He in the
duties.
nosebleed.
And never leaves.
So he up there.
So with that, Bishop, that's what you said. The nigga in the rafters.
He's in the
That
rafters.
nigga live rent free.
That's terrible.
He rent free.
So like, I'm sorry.
So every time,
Just be there.
Hey,
so every time,
I got a one time. I remember.
you was in the rafters.
Oh, dang.
One time I remember counseling a new couple, and the way I don't know how he did it. When she got upset at her husband, she said, "You don't beat it down. Like
You don't give me nothing to submit to."
Oh my Lord!
That's lower than
That's
low.
when you say I still hit it though.
No,
You don't
that's
beat
low,
it down.
low.
Listen,
That's low,
You gotta
low.
let them know
So
who you there for. I'm there for
that's
me.
what this brings my thought to.
I got me.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world.
Well, hell, I got mine. You get yours.
I'm here for a good
How did we
time,
get
not a
here?
long
How did we
time.
get here?
My mind went to that. My mind went to that because ain't no way in the world for 10 years she with this man, and on her deathbed she brings out her ex as if she never did it while she was healthy.
Yeah,
She done said it many a times, nigga, you can't hit this like nigga Tyrone.
Right.
Many a times.
You can't beat these doonies up.
Man, Tyrone come through there every once a month. He come through there.
Hey, you look,
Every
look,
holiday.
Look at
She go to
look at
lunch
the statement.
with her.
Look at the statement right here.
Damn.
I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and warrant whatever wish I can.
Shit.
I think he's. Let me not say.
This is terrible.
Is there any more in this?
Can I just say something?
You already know
this is a mother's nightmare right here. This is a mother's nightmare, and so this is what I don't want for my sons, like my physical sons and my spiritual sons, to end up with a woman that is rebellious and a whore, and like this is terrible. When selecting a wife, going right back to what Captain said, it's like a full circle. This is a full circle moment, is because if you choose correctly, this would not have happened.
Right.
This would not have happened, and so this is really full circle.
But Mama, the thing too is, what examples do those sisters have in the world?
Right.
They don't have it.
They don't.
So they're winging it.
They don't. Well, they're winging it, but this is the responsibility. This is why it goes right back to what Bishop said right before we went to the commercial break about the responsibility of getting the nation back in order.
Right.
And so for me, going back to what he was talking about in Titus, where that line that also, likewise must their wives also be.
There you go.
So likewise, sisters have to also set the standard for what that is. I had a coworker said, I wish I had a mother like you. The stories that I've heard outside of this truth, we really have a very big job.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
You're 100. You're 100. You are 100.
Hey, look at Ecclesiastes 3:18. Just to go with Mama's point there.
Just read
Ecclesiastes 3:18.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 18. I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
See that? Without the laws of God, you're a beast on 2 feet and could talk. You're winging this thing. You have no moral compass.
Humping everything.
You're just humping everything, humping as you go. You commit adultery.
As you
commit
go.
Dude, I mean, go through life. You do. That's basically
something
like
over here.
Like Carmela said. Your life was wake up, smoke blunts, go to work, play the game, eat dinner. Wake up, smoke blunt, come home, play the game, eat dinner.
Repeat.
That's our lives before we come into this truth and have some type of purpose. You understand? But with no laws, you're a beast.
No discipline.
You have no discipline. Your daddy don't know. Your daddy's a beast. Your mom is a beast, and they're gonna teach you their beastly ways.
Bestiality.
They're gonna teach you. Yeah, they're gonna teach you bestiality. Then you're gonna end up cussing, saying to your husband on your deathbed, "You never hit it like nigga Tyrone." I just want to hit Tyrone one more time, nigga.
Tyrone got the inches.
Hey, take my phone. I'm on my deathbed, but take my phone. Call Tyrone. He's in my phone. He's under the mailman. Dial the mailman. Oh Lord. And call him and put me on the phone. Put it on speakerphone.
Home Depot.
He's delivering the box.
Home Depot.
He under Home Depot. He got wood.
Yeah. What Mother Shamara said cannot be taken lightly. Because she's making a point as a mother, I would not want this kind of woman for my sons.
Wow.
And vice versa. Nobody wants to deal with stuff like this here. And this cannot be glossed over as just a simple 30-second ad or whatever. There's so much that comes out of this. Like we were talking about getting the nation in order and all of that. Getting the nation in order prevents this. When we don't take this seriously, and don't look at, like we was talking about, time management, there's also another component to that, spiritual maintenance or management. Okay, so you have to be able to maintain and manage how we deal. When we don't do that, we end up in situations like this here. What could this lead to? Because as Mother Shamar was saying this, she mentioned that she's dealt with people on the job like this here. I worked in a hospital. Many situations like this, the men end up going into the psych units because they've been dealt wrong. Traumatized, men and women. Men and women. One woman came in, she worked for Merrill Lynch. This is New York. She worked for Merrill Lynch. Her husband did basically the opposite of this here. She broke down. Came in dressed up and all that, but her mind was gone.
So you saying her time management, she could be using these last time that she got left to try to fix some of the things that maybe tell her own daughter, don't go this route. You know, learn more about, you know, these things. It's not as glorious as it looks.
She could have did that. She could have did that. But what I'm saying is that what Mother Shamara is bringing up, and I don't want to miss that point. She wants to make sure that her sons recognize these signs so that they don't end up in this. And this is how we all have to be, so that we don't get to this, because you're just looking at this particular thing, but this has so many tangent points of going into all kind of different areas that we're not even discussing. Man, he can get so mad and be like, you know what? The hell with this beat.
I'm killing everything.
Bam!
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You said some people's minds could pop after 10 years of being deceived.
We just was that showing you that article last week when we was eating? The guy went to give his wife the divorce papers, and it was the same thing. She brought her boyfriend to the restaurant to give her, get the divorce, and the husband shot him. He shot her, the guy, and then killed himself. But he was trying to kill her and him. But she like, yeah, bring me the divorce papers. She come with her boyfriend. Yeah, it was Jake too. It was some boxer dude, and Esau shot him right there in the.
Because these people carry these, like we were saying, this brother knew that this wife felt this. He carried that baggage. He carried that trauma.
Until his breaking point.
He carried that disrespect.
Yeah.
Until he snapped.
Yeah. And had to tell somebody.
Had to tell somebody. Because that's what you're looking at. There's a lot of walking time bombs.
Just like that.
Just walking around. And you don't know what's going to trigger.
Trying to be normal.
But that goes to the point of parenting. Parenting and keeping these laws. That's something that I talk to my sons about all the time, especially Caleb. We were talking about sons this weekend about keeping yourself pure, because I want you to marry someone pure, and so y'all can get that particular thing together. You have a discussion with your wife. Y'all, that's a good thing. And he'd be like, "Oh, mom," I'd be like, "No, boy, listen."
Look at Nehemiah, because I be on him all the time.
I was like, "You make sure you marry a virgin, you stay a virgin, so y'all can enjoy that thing together. Y'all experiment." I said that's gonna be the fun part. So be like, okay, I like this. No, I don't like that. Y'all try that thing together, and that's between you and her.
Right.
And he be like, I'm like, no, I'm the boy. Listen,
don't be a virgin and she a thought.
Yeah, you're not married. Look.
Hell,
you gonna be a bitch ass nigga.
I'm sorry, but we're not doing that over here. So just you keep yourself pure, so that could be an option for you, and you ain't got to worry about this going on. And that goes back to keeping these laws and having both parents and doing the right thing.
I want to reflect on something that you said in the beginning of the show, and I think it got glossed over. You made the point about marrying young.
Oh yes.
The point that was so valuable about that is because it needs to be understood that women are always supposed to be underneath the authority of a man.
Yes.
You would go from your father to your husband.
Right.
I've heard of situations that say, well, I'm going to leave my father's house and I'm going to go get an apartment or something. You ain't no damn hanging fruit waiting for somebody to pop you off the tree. That's supposed to be management of the woman from daddy to husband. Period. No middle ground.
That's so true.
It's supposed to be that middle bullshit.
It's not. It's not.
Because when you're going through that middle time frame, you have no structure. You don't know where you're going.
Niggas like that.
Yeah.
She got her own apartment. Yo.
I could take advantage
this whole, she got her own apartment. Yo, let's go there.
I can post up.
And don't leave.
I can post up.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. I know it happens. I know it happens.
Yep.
So before we found out before we came into the truth, and you have to realize the bishop and I have been together since we were like teenagers, right? And so I had gone to my father, who is not in the truth, right? No college education. I said, well, I think we should like move in together, right? And you know what my father's response to me was? Did I raise you to be so damn stupid?
Damn. There you go.
Yeah.
Damn,
he
had the right sense. He had the right sense.
That's what he said.
Right?
And so this is like an old-fashioned Southern man, right? And so how much even stronger is a Bible, God-fearing, Israelite man to raise his daughter in this truth, to keeping the commandments, you wouldn't even think to come and ask a question that's stupid because you were raised to know that you are going to be leaving your father's house directly into your Lord's house. So there's no exchange of goods, of free goods, right?
And to your point, Mama Shamari, the way dating is set up, it's the
sexual playground.
Yeah, and it sets your mind up for divorce. When you do get married, you okay, I don't like this in this relationship, so I go to this one. I don't like this one, so I go to this one. I go to this one, I go to this one. So when you do get married, that's in your mental. To be like,
and you got different spirits now. Now you pick up spirits.
Now you got to get the paperwork.
Men, I think a lot of men get ruined like that too.
Yeah,
absolutely. A lot of men, like I know the scripture with like what Mother Shamar paraphrased earlier, that the young women should marry. That's in Timothy. Like young men, when they don't get that same kind of structure early, like you'll see a lot of older jokers who didn't get married and played the field. Now they 50, 40 something years old and they can't maintain relationships either. Like they be shot out.
Absolutely.
They be shot
they
out.
damaged.
In the club, look at that, trying to act like they 20
with the hat to the back.
Damn, you old.
Cap. Right.
I read an article.
Cap. Right. Cap. Somebody help Cap.
But the reason why I wanted to highlight what you said is because what you just said, some people would have frowned on that.
It's not.
Some people frown. Some people with their stupidity, they will frown on going from their father to a husband and marrying, and so you don't give opportunity for foolishness.
My grandma was that.
Yeah, so that's it.
More praises. What was y'all gonna say? What y'all laughing at?
You got a call. You got a call.
All right, let's take the call, y'all. It's
Giga?
No.
Look, I read
It's like gigabytes.
Gigawatts.
It's like gigawatts.
Who said no?
All right, let's take the call, man.
Somebody.
Hey, I hope are you normal today, bro? You normal today?
There you go.
Unmute his mic. Unmute his mic. Are you normal today? All right, thick
yes, sir.
here. All right, so you
Microphone
should be
check,
normal.
1 2 1 2.
All right. What's your name?
Brother.
Your question or comment?
We know who he is. That's a gigs.
Yeah, but the audience don't know.
Oh,
what's your name, question or comment, brother? Shalom.
This is Brother Gigawatt from IUIC in Germany. I'm in Austria. And welcome back, Captain Shemaiah, from the mission that you had and everything.
Yeah,
well done, sir. That was absolutely beautiful. Welcome back. I was listening to the.
Go ahead, Giggs.
Come on, brother.
Okay, I was listening to the conversation that y'all were having, and you can say coming over here to Europe, I lived that nightmare that y'all sitting back talking about. If you've been in the military, you know what a Jody call is.
Oh.
And when it comes from the Red Cross, you know it was absolute damage being done.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, that must be some European stuff.
Well, you don't know what a Jody call is?
What's a Jody call is? What's that?
When your wife call you and tell you,
Jody?
She been dealing with somebody
Jody been around.
else.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know exactly.
I wasn't married. What you talking about?
Okay,
I got you, bro.
So when you're stationed like overseas, your wife,
anywhere.
No, let me break it down. Let me break it down. So, when you're in the military, you go out on detachments from your base. You got to go elsewhere, maybe 6 months at a time, a year at a time. You leave your wife or your girlfriend behind. Your girlfriend is in the base club night after night, getting busy. Another nigga's driving your car around base.
Oh yeah,
that happened.
And
I know that
happened.
The way we call
but the thing is, I was in high school. I just turned around and I left high school. She was in the 12th grade, and I had a spring to go into Germany. I got us a house. I got her a car.
Didn't I tell you?
And everything. And all she had one assignment to basically just go to school, graduate the last year,
she didn't understand
and that's
the assignment.
And it was a sister. She was a beautiful sister.
That goes
I say was
that goes back
because
to
2016, the Most High got it.
Damn. That goes right back to
it is what it is.
I remember when I first made it to my duty station in California. My my squadron was on debt. They didn't come back yet. So I was basically by myself. There was only a couple of stragglers there, right? But the one dude, there was a brother named Brown, little guy. He was out on debt, right? But he had a little, what are those little Jeep looking things back in the day?
Jeeps and J's?
Samurai.
He had a girlfriend. Yeah, he had a girlfriend.
Oh, that's when the drug dealers used to drive around New York.
A little convertible, yes.
His car, you see different dudes driving his car around base with his woman in the passenger seat. Yes.
Okay, so y'all didn't explain Jody. Jody is the way she don't know what Jody. Okay, the way
She
we
don't watch
call
Martin.
no,
You ever seen Baby Boy?
Yes,
nah,
I
that's
have.
not that kind
Joe?
of joke.
No, it's not
No,
that. No,
let
it's not
explain.
that.
Yeah,
The way we call repentant Israelites Jakes is Jody is the guy that your girl is gonna sleep with. Jody is that guy that is gonna come.
Doonies.
Yeah,
He's gonna
he's
put the
gonna
Doonies
come,
down.
so that's
Baby Boy.
So anybody could be a Jody. A female could be a Jody. If you in the military and because Jody
that's
is a
that new military.
No,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
let me-
She just
So
everywhere.
if you gone and your man doing it, or
Hey, I got a story.
He's maintaining
I got
the
a
business
story.
while
maintaining
you're
what you
gone.
ain't there.
I got a
She
story.
maintaining.
What's that thing you would tell? I'm sorry, sis.
Go ahead,
What's
no,
that
no.
thing you would tell me where they'll put the sign and like leave a broom or something?
Broom
showing
at the
that
door.
That the husband is gone overseas.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
They used to do
Hey,
that at the base I was on. They used to do that at the base I was on.
I got a story.
Wise
I got a
They're
story.
wise to do it.
I got a story.
Uh-oh.
This is secondhand, but yeah, this is reality, right?
So,
Brother comes home from his debt, right?
Damn.
His detachment comes home, thinks he's going to sleep with his wife, right?
Wow.
He goes to the house. They get into it, He lays her down on the bed.
Ever so gently.
Right? Lays her down on the bed.
Not his hand on
He's
her
going to
head.
go give her some oral. He's going to go down on her.
damn.
Okay.
How we
I don't like the way this is going already.
He's
Oh, I already.
That's
Lord.
standard
something comes out of the cooch. Into
A
his
voice.
A voice comes out. A voice comes
Foreign
out.
body.
Crying, yo,
Body
nigga.
is-
That's the
Yeah.
A voice comes out and say, yo, nigga, I'm already posted up.
Yeah, somebody
Wait your turn, nigga.
posted up, and something came out of there.
There's a foreign body
A
inside.
condom came up out of that thing.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
So
Look,
the
it's some military stories for you.
yeah, the
Yeah,
base
this
that I was
military
on.
is.
Look, that's
How in the
a.
hell she forget that she got a condom up her behind?
Hoe
It
is a
slipped
deep
off.
bitch.
Yeah, a
Bitch.
hoe. That damn thing got lost in a closet up in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Hello.
She put it in the closet up there.
Look,
So you telling me
You don't find that
he done
suspicious?
licked the used rubber?
Yeah.
Yes, they make it.
Lord
That's
have mercy.
disgusting.
You know,
It's a
another
You
lot
might
of-
got to go. I'm sorry.
I mean,
you
There's a
might
lot
got
of
to go.
deaths that they don't never
So
talk about.
she laid
because of
down to allow
infidelity
it
in
to
the
happen and
military,
forgot.
like, for real.
I don't know if she forgot.
Oh, yeah,
like I
you
said, it
can't
was
talk-
secondhand,
stay on
but
That a
those
nigga
kind
left
of
a
things
bag.
happen, Bishop.
What
In
happened
the
on the
military,
military
she
base,
laid-
stay on the military
Yeah,
base.
she laid down on the bed
Like, for real.
Wow.
and forgot that a nigga left a bag of weed up in there.
Smoking
I was
blunts.
expecting it not to come out.
Yeah.
Jesus took a chance. I guess.
So what Captain REA is talking about, I was on a base in New Mexico, and so one day I'm riding around the base and you see G.
No.
It wasn't me.
Nah, G.
It's a lot
You know
of
what I'm saying? And like
Hilarious.
you have a sponsor when you first
Get to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
to
sponsor,
a
yeah,
new
yeah.
duty
Yeah.
station. You have a sponsor. And then, after it kind of, I guess they try to fill you out. Anyway, so the sponsor I'm riding with, he was like, yeah, watch out for the brooms.
Mm.
What's the brooms?
What's up with that?
Damn,
It was like when airmen go TDY, and if you come and you look,
TDY.
temporary duty,
Station. That means you're going to another.
you going somewhere else
Okay.
for
You
whatever,
traveling.
Yeah, you
whatever
elsewhere.
amount. Yeah, you traveling.
Okay.
So you watch out for the broom. The broom is on the front porch. If
let
the
a
broom
nigga
is
know.
on the front porch,
You let a nigga know.
What?
Are you serious?
I do forget
free
about
game.
that.
Just pull
Was
up.
this
Hey,
Come do spring cleaning.
pull up. I was on one
Doonies
base.
available.
I was on one base, and the girl told me out her mouth that her and her sisters, their only job is to service airmen.
Are you serious?
That's what she
They were morale sisters.
Morale boosters.
They were morale boosters.
Really?
You gotta keep morale
Yes, sir.
up.
Yes, sir.
They-
you got to
they
keep
got-
that morale up.
Morale boosters.
Must be up.
You learn
Look
something
at-
new every
No, the
day.
military is
That's
wicked as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, military.
actual service.
Hey,
Military.
Never heard any
So
of
the
this.
military teaches you how to be a whore.
I
So
never
wait,
heard.
so these are enlisted women.
No, some of them are daughters.
Yeah, these girls they were
yes.
daughters of
Yes.
a high ranking officer.
Colonel or something?
Their
No,
dad was an officer, but
Damn.
they were only. It was 3 sisters, and the older sister dealt with the older enlisted.
19, 20 up in
The younger sisters
That was the middle
dealt
group.
with the
That age group.
this age group,
Do
and
they
then the
get
third
paid?
sister.
Is it
and
like prostitution?
No, they
No,
they
Nah,
are
they
there.
just
morale.
They are
They
there
judge
to
it.
for
I
their
already get it.
country.
I already get it.
They need to keep
They-
their
because-
hey, listen,
by
listen.
making
I get
America
it.
great again.
Hey, listen,
Wow.
I get it. I get it. They said, listen, the hell with what the civilians understand.
Damn.
We need to keep these men motivated.
Look.
Such and
Yes,
such.
yes.
Go take care
Because
of them.
here's the thing, Bishop. You got to remember,
That's
like
some
especially
wickedness
like
there,
Air
but
Force, like
That's a whole nother deal.
like where military bases are. You're in the middle of nowhere. It's just y'all with nobody. Y'all are out there by yourself.
Damn.
All them
You're in
seamen.
the desert.
All them seamen.
You're in the desert all by
Seamen in the
yourself.
desert.
Yeah.
So morale needs to be boosted.
Right. That's
Yeah,
and
hey,
she
like-
told me, I was like, oh yeah.
Like Cap saying, you're in the middle of nowhere. I was in the
Middle of nowhere.
company with all men.
Damn.
So we used to drive like 3-4 hours one way.
What the hell was y'all doing?
I guess
I'm
I'm
about to explain it. We used to drive
morale
3
booster.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
start
I
with
was
the
like,
morale
where this is
booster.
going?
Stop. I already see where this is going. Let me save the boat before it completely
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah, nah,
Y'all
yeah,
are getting ready to go into Fleece Johnson.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is going.
And I want
Ready to
you.
go into
Nah,
Fleece
yeah,
Johnson.
nah.
He said, what you gonna do?
The easy
You
way.
got a
is-
bunch. He
I
said,
was in the Army,
he said you
not the
got nothing
Navy.
but men's in here. This is him talking.
That's what you said. You said
Somebody
I
got
got
to
a
give him some
headache.
booty.
Nah, that's a
I need some booty.
Easy way out of hard
that.
way.
He said booty more important than food right now.
Yo, that's what y'all sounding like. I don't like
No, that's what he
no
sounded
more.
like.
No.
Let me finish. Bishop, let me
Clean it
finish.
up.
Let me
Let him
finish
clean it up. Let him clean it up. Let him clean it up.
Get in bed.
Clean that up.
Hey,
Clean it
UTF,
up.
clean it up,
Clean
bro.
that up.
Alright, let me clean it up.
Clean it up.
Like I was
Yeah,
saying,
welcome to
we would
Confession
have
Corner.
to go places. Like for example, like Carmela was saying,
Don't try to bring him
You by yourself.
those morale boosters, they'll be taken up. And
Oh,
we-
you mean
we're
they're already
black-
occupied?
Yeah, they're occupied, and we're black men. They're not gonna mess with us, so we'll have to drive 3-4 hours into town
To get your morale
to
boost.
get your morale
Them
boost.
women
But they
be
got theirs
ready.
on tap.
Them
Yeah,
women
they
be
got that.
ready.
Yeah,
But-
and
go ahead.
the thing too is we're going back on wickedness. We would be leaving that town speeding to get back on base to make formation on time.
Oh,
Brothers
wow.
changing in. You talking about sisters doing makeup? We're changing in the car, putting our uniform on, and running.
Wow.
No, one thing they
But the
don't talk
military
about
teach you how to just.
is all the murders that goes on in the military,
Oh,
because of
yeah.
infidelity. For real, for real.
Oh, really?
I know.
Hey,
I know. When I was in Germany, I know personally 3 people that got. One lady was in the hospital having her husband had deployed, and she was the baby. She was having a baby.
It didn't look like him.
No, it never got to that point. She was in labor, and she was like, no. She told him, no, go get XYZ because you're not the father. The dude went, chopped that dude head off, and brought it back to the hospital and said, here go your baby father.
No.
It's so much stuff. It's a dude that shot. No, this stuff that I know hands for real. When I was in Germany, but they never talk about it. People
Right.
get murdered. It's a dude that shot his wife up, shot the wife up, and the dude, but you would never hear about it.
Cap,
you
Cap,
never
let's-
hear
I'm
it.
sorry.
It's
Listen to this.
so
Hold
much.
up.
It's a TikTok of unsolved murder.
That reminds me of
For real.
that reminds me of this film, this movie that came out that was called The General's Daughter.
Oh yeah, I remember that with John Travolta.
Yeah. So
Yeah, she
speaking
was a
about
morale
certain
girl.
situations, exactly. That's where I'm going at.
So he went and chopped off
Chop that dude head
her
off.
side dude's head off and brought it back
And
to the
brought it back
hospital.
to the hospital in a
That was
bag.
some gangster shit right
like,
there.
For real. But you it was never on the news. Never. We knew because
he
both
go to
of us
military
in
jail?
our.
Did he go to
He
military
brought
jail?
back Medusa's head
I'm telling you,
in a
right?
damn
bro.
gym bag.
Look, they said
It's a whole
your
TikTok
wife
of
is riding
unsolved.
butt naked
Like,
on her
it's a whole
motorcycle
bunch
with
of
her
stuff.
Jody
That
while
doesn't
you in
surprise me, though.
Afghanistan
Yeah.
and
It
y'all
don't surprise
crashed
me.
and the Red Cross got to notify you.
Whoa, read that
Or
again.
That's a Jody
Jody
call.
in love with your Jody is in love with you, and when your husband gets back, he shoots your husband in
That
your
has
front
happened
yard
too.
on the base.
Yep. I'm telling you, it's so much murder
Yeah, it's
over
bad. It's
infidelity and adultery.
Wow.
And I done had a friend of mine's. We was all in the barracks, and she had stopped. She broke up with this guy because the new guy come right. I ain't gonna say I ain't no flowers. I ain't know it like that. But anyways, the dude comes in, holds everybody freaking hostage, command everybody, shoots this dude, boom, 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 boom. This dude to this day, the new dude is paralyzed. She married somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so, it's crazy.
But that military,
God.
That
don't
crazy.
send
It's savage. It's savage.
It's a whole
Don't
other
send your
society.
children in.
It's like
It's
people
a whole
like
nother
you can't
society.
even explain it like
Yeah.
to people that's civilian. That's why
Yeah,
people that's in
yeah.
the military don't talk about
Just
it
don't talk,
because
man.
it's too much to explain. It's too much nuances that too much to explain.
I
Yeah,
get
that's
it.
why I got
It's
up out of
for
there.
real.
I was like, I gotta get up out of
It's
here.
crazy.
It's a whole other world.
Hey,
It absolutely is.
my captain, this is what he used to do. Because we're a unit of men. We were infantry. We combat. Our job is combat. So we don't have women.
Yep.
He used to
Dress up like a woman.
No, that's the Navy. That's the Navy.
That's the Air
That's where the
Force,
seamen
bro.
are.
That whole
13.
So he used to like he'll recruit women to do like office paperwork for staff, ordering
Have them in close
equipment.
proximity.
Yeah.
They
So,
gonna like
but
somebody.
meanwhile, it's the captains, the first sergeant, the high ranking men.
They're the ones that get them.
Yeah.
Queen for a day.
They'll have to talk like, why we really hired you, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
call him Queen for
Oh,
a
yeah.
day.
Wow.
I've seen that in certain police departments.
Queen, for,
yeah.
Queen for a day.
Damn.
I have to admit, PSR never fails.
No.
And giving you something new.
Look, he being shocked and awe.
I'm with you, Cap. I'm like,
I don't know.
Because I know a little bit about a little bit.
wow.
But every show, y'all blow my damn mind. I kid you not. Damn.
Crazy.
Damn, I can't
This has
Cap,
been
I
a
can't
show
find
right
it. I
here.
don't see it.
I'm
Wow.
trying to tell you that those Queen for a days. I knew.
What's that?
So
Is that when the men just been tie their shirts in a
No,
little knot?
that's some
that's-
females
so-
that's messing with high rank.
or they're just there, like what Kat was talking about. Like she's a few females around.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh, they get that 15-day paycheck.
What's that?
Like, cause you get paid every 15 days in the
military.
Oh, she get that 15-day paycheck to be
Guaranteed.
to be a queen for. That
Yeah.
means she's servicing and niggas treating her like she the.
Okay, so she don't have to do the rigorous normal stuff.
Oh, she do her regular
Yeah,
job,
she do
but
her
she's
regular
paid
job.
because there's no women around and,
Extra duty.
and Negroes need.
So she gets paid extra.
Extra duty.
You
No,
giving
you-
her your check.
Oh.
That's your
That's your girl.
Oh, okay.
That's like
your
old girl.
That's your girl
morale
for the
bill.
That's your girl for the month.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know, okay, that female.
y'all need to see this real quick.
The
Y'all need to
fem-
see this real quick. Hey,
Okay.
don't play it yet. Don't play it. Don't play
I
it.
thought
Don't
about
play
that.
it.
Yeah.
Just read
Nobody's
it.
daughter should be in the military.
Just read it. Just
No.
read it.
No.
Bishop, you're right.
Back early
Nobody's
from
daughter's
deployment to surprise wifey.
Play it. Turn the volume up.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, Cap. Set it up.
All right, so like we've been talking about, brother come home early. He come home early. Hey man, I'm surprised to my loving wife. I'm gonna surprise her. She gonna run in my arms.
Hey, I done
He
done
cracks
bullets.
the door open. I just dodge bullets. You know what I mean? Eating all kinds of
Bin Laden
garbage
for you, baby.
You disarm
I
landmines.
disarm landmines, right?
Look.
Grenades.
That's brothers coming from camp.
Yeah.
Can't get a plate of food.
Wait a minute. Bring it on.
Drop the bomb.
Where the bomb at, man?
Wait a minute.
Hey, this is brothers coming from camp right here.
What Bishop just went and just threw the dag.
Gotta rewind it.
Why would you do that, already? Why would you do that?
Hey, refresh it.
So,
Bishop
So-
just refresh it.
Flashbang.
because y'all got to deal with some RPGs reason.
Yeah.
I fixed hella
noise. You're freaking deaf.
There's a brother here.
Bombs.
A RPG. I witnessed this. A RPG went right over his head and blew open the wall behind him. I was like,
Oh, yeah, he's
he
not here no
dead.
more, right?
Nah, he's still here. He's still here.
No,
Oh,
you
shit.
talk about yeah.
He's
still
crazy
here.
hell, but he's still here.
He's still here though. He fighting.
No, there was a brother
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
with us that he still had shrapnel in him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's your cousin, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I was. We was on the same base.
Really?
Yeah, that base was wild. Yeah, we was on the same
All
base.
right, so you got shrapnel in you. You return home early because of medical reasons.
Yeah.
You come home with metal in you, and your rod is like a metal rod.
Yeah.
And you going back to your wife.
But he gonna beat the Doonies though.
Yeah. All right, good.
He ain't had none in like what 6 months, right? So here
Hey,
goes.
make it worse. 8 months.
8 months. 8 months,
It'd be
right?
like a year.
Come on.
Go ahead. Hey, babe.
Turn it up,
There's
man.
no volume.
It's not on the screen.
I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
Refresh it, man.
gosh.
Can y'all turn it up?
I hear it, but it's low.
Damn.
Thank you, IT. Just ruined the whole damn moment, man.
But why they getting that cap? So you just gave that whole scenario. You go, you get strapped, you get blowed up, get sent home for military reasons, and you find out that your wife is
Getting busy.
That was the exact situation.
Damn.
With what?
Left him in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like
with that one.
that
Yes, him.
exact
Yeah.
exact situation.
Get out of
He
here.
in the
I
hospital
did not
like,
know
yeah,
none of
I'm
this.
almost dead, and she like, well,
Out of there.
Iona.
Out of there,
I'm
my
gonna
boy.
holler at you, my boy.
I
Out of there,
believe
my
it.
boy.
You didn't
I
even know
believe
that.
Hey, y'all got a streak now?
That's exactly-
They left that part out.
Yeah. Capo, look.
I want. Can I say something?
Huh?
Because Bishop just threw something out there, right? So in Proverbs 31, it says, his heart doeth safely trust in her, right? So the expectation when a brother goes overseas to camp, and this is spiritual warfare we're talking about rather than physical warfare, that his wife is not going to commit adultery, fornication, things of that nature. And this is the world where they know that it's wrong. So if it's happening in the truth, like...
Imagine how much more in the world.
Mama, at that point, because Bishop Yassab will tell you the story. But that point, Bishop Nathaniel brings it up too about the sister, where your man is going to war, he's on the battlefield, you guys are home in your dwelling, and she spins off to go meet the Jody down the block.
What?
Oh,
God.
Then comes back.
In the truth?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
This is real.
Yeah.
This just happened.
He told Bishop told that
I
story
don't know
before.
what you. Hold on. Hey, there's a few of them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta figure out which one you're talking about.
There's too
He said,
many.
which
There's
one?
too
Hey,
many
I'm
already.
I'm going to say like Bishop. I'm going to say it. I'm
I
going to
got a
lean back.
headache. I got a headache.
Look,
For real, my head is
the,
spinning right
the
now.
sister goes down the street, gets the woo wop from Jody, comes back.
Oh yeah.
They had a fight, so the brother, okay, baby, we're
Make
gonna
up
try to
sex.
make up sex. And she takes the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same Chi-Chi that Mr. Jody been on.
Skeeted on.
G's don't.
It's the one, the same as he was saying, where the condom was left in the vagina.
Damn.
Same thing.
Some nasty
But this
stuff.
is in the truth now.
This is the truth.
This is in the truth now.
This is in the
Hey,
truth.
do we got it now?
Ready?
That's why you have
are
to
we
be
ready?
in repentance.
Yeah,
Like, for real. Don't
yeah.
be playing with
Are we
that
ready?
thing.
Hey, play that.
Can you start from the beginning?
Yeah, don't play with
Now that we all jacked it up,
So he comes on.
Smiling.
You still
can we get
Still
some
no
volume?
sound.
Can we get some volume? He beating that thing down. Disrespectful.
Oh boy, you gotta buy out, my boy.
That's
Wow.
Hey, Cat, that happens.
That happens.
That happens.
Hey,
That
from
happens.
she ain't got no lining.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time, like you said. That's
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
We got a call. Yeah, we got a call.
All right. Hey, Shalom
Hey.
caller. What's your name, question, or comment? You on live with Patient Saints Radio.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's me. Shalom, most high Christ bless.
That's me.
Since I have a DC school.
Shalom,
I was
sis.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
sister.
sis. We hear
with
you.
I was talking about the military. When I was in the military, just a different perspective. When I was stationed in Hawaii, they used to train the islanders to marry the military men and move their whole family in. So that they could, because that was the only way that someone was able to actually leave the island.
Go back where you came, sis, because your phone breaking up.
She said that's the only way what?
They can leave the island. Hey, let me say something on that. When I was in Cali, that's what all the Edomites married Filipino women. They would go over there and marry Filipino women.
Or Guam.
I was getting
Or
in the
Guam.
car.
Right. So you see
Germany
a whole
the
bunch
same
of old Edomites, and their wives be Filipino women, and their kids Filipino.
And that's the way they get to leave the military?
No, that's the way the women over there get to leave their islands and come get a new life.
Their life elevates. Yeah. Same with Germany. All of them.
Yeah.
All them foreigners. They be like, oh, they go hook them to a black man. Absolutely, yeah. And they get into the States and they bring their whole family, or they take his check and send it back to their family.
They were freaking hoeing. They were hoeing in their homeland. And but the whole thing is when the boat docks in that homeland, that's the highlight of their damn life.
Right.
They got opportunity to get married and get the hell out or whatever.
Right? That's officer and a gentleman.
Officer, right? Officer, yes, sir.
Officer
yes,
and a
sir.
gentleman.
Absolutely.
Sis, what you got to say, sis?
I think it froze on her end.
I think, she done left the house.
All right, hey, go ahead. Delete. Sis, you can hear us?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take my daughter to work, and my Wi-Fi cut off when I left out the house.
Okay. What else you got to say, sis?
Sis, you running late?
She flying.
Don't do your makeup in the car.
Put that phone on a holder or something.
Okay, drive carefully.
Shalom, sis.
You got anything else to say, sis, or are you good?
I got it.
Okay.
Hold this.
Drive carefully.
Hang up, bro. Hey, we gotta go do something right
trying to have no wrecks
Hey,
on
we'll hit you back,
PSR.
sis. We'll hit you back.
You're so funny.
Sis, we'll get back to you, sis.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
But everything parallels. One thing with the soldiers of the Most High with military life, it really do parallel. Like y'all travel, the boots, all that, everything parallel. I look at that like when sisters be like, "Oh, my husband's gonna love it." I'm like, "Girl, get over it." How you feel when your Lord leaves? I was like, "I know he coming back." You know, I need.
Here's a particular church blitz. Brothers could have literally lost their lives.
Yes.
Right.
When that man pulled out the gun and literally pointed it at a brother
by his head.
He had it on the brother's
He had
head.
it on the brother.
He did.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at
yes.
it.
Yeah, he had it on his head.
So a lot of times, you know, some sisters and wives don't look at it as this could literally be the last time your Lord comes home.
Right.
So why is it that the last time he was here is arguing about food?
Man.
It's arguing about why you didn't iron my garment to go to camp.
Nigga, get out my face.
So Deacon Isaac's wife, just the last Titus 2 was about primarily this subject. And so we were talking about for new wives who are not used to their lords traveling, like helpful hints and different things like that. And one of the things that I had discussed was Bishop has been traveling since Messiah was born. So we're talking over 23 years, right? And so through that process of time, you have to learn some valuable lessons when you're dealing with a prophet of the Lord. That number one, that's his primary job. Do not stress him out when he's going off to war.
Right.
Do not make it the last thing that you said to him be an argument.
Right.
Make sure that you're speaking life into him so that way he is encouraged to do the Lord's work and not discouraged to come back home.
Right.
You need to make sure that you have a sexy and welcome return on his arrival. Make sure that the kids understand the mission as well. Now, these are things that I've learned throughout the course of the years. Now, when Messiah was born, my father had said, "Well, man, how you leaving your wife and she's pregnant? Like, and she's about to give birth." Now, the important message here is that you have to sacrifice now for the kingdom to come. So there are sacrifices that wives need to understand must be made in order to get the kingdom of heaven. So when the scriptures say that the kingdom is not going to come with observation, the men have to go out and do the work for us as a nation to get there. And so if we don't